Hello there, this is Professor Warsi. Today I have another lesson for you on parts of speech. We studied nouns in English, and today we will study pronouns in English. Now, the prefix pro in pronouns means for or support. So pronouns support nouns. Some examples of pronouns are I, me, you, my, mine, myself, who, whom, this, that, everyone, someone, and each other and one another. Okay. So imagine having a conversation with somebody and you said, is sleeping. The listener will say, who is sleeping? Then you say, are from Germany. Do you think that's enough information for the listener? Or if you wrote that way, the reader is going to wonder who are from Germany? Or just who? Lived in Turkey for 5 years. Who lived in Turkey for 5 years? Served in the army in China for 5 years. Who served in the army in China for 5 years? So clearly something is missing in these sentences, right? So what is missing? Well, pronouns were missing. So now let's revise the sentences a little bit and say they are from Germany. He lived in Turkey. She served in the army. The meaning is still not clear because the sentences are grammatically correct because of the pronouns in the subject position. The reader still doesn't understand who they are, right? So what's the point I'm trying to make here? You may be wondering. The point is that pronouns are not clear without nouns. Pronouns, as I said before, they support nouns or provide more information about the nouns. So if you used nouns rather than just pronouns, Maria is sleeping, Mark and Carol are from Germany, Danny lived in Turkey. Now the meaning is clear to the reader. Even if she does not know who Danny is, I think they will get the sense that Danny is somebody, a person who lived in Turkey. Okay? So pronouns provide more information, additional information about nouns. I need you to look at these examples. Okay? Maria is sleeping. I will wake her up when dinner is ready. So the nouns are in blue and pronouns are in green. So I, her, they, she, he, these are all pronouns. Okay, so we will discuss 8 types of pronouns today. There are personal pronouns, possessive pronouns, reflexive pronouns, interrogative pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, indefinite pronouns, and reciprocal pronouns. So let's begin. Number 1, personal pronouns. Now, personal pronouns refer to a specific person or a specific thing. Some of the examples of personal pronouns are I, me, it, we, you. Consider the example sentences. I'll never speak to you again if you don't answer my question. So go through each and every one of these sentences. Look at the green words. They're all pronouns. Okay? The second type of pronouns is possessive pronouns. And when we use a possessive pronoun, we indicate some sort of ownership. Okay? Either of people or of objects, such as my life is mine, my, and your life is yours. Our car is not as big as theirs. So the speaker is obviously more than one person in our car. It's a plural pronoun, and the car belongs to them. Our car is not big as theirs, someone else's car. Of course, more than one person there. Their living room is smaller than ours. So possessive pronouns indicate ownership of something, owning something. Next up, reflexive pronouns. They refer to a specific subject of a sentence, such as myself, yourself, okay? Ourselves, yourselves. So they refer to the subject. So let's look at some of the examples. John built his house all by himself. So who is this himself? There are two pronouns if you notice in the first sentence. First one is his, which is a possessive pronoun. John owns this house and he built it all by himself. He did not have any help. He built the house all by himself. You need to take care of yourself. You, personal pronoun, and then yourself is a reflexive pronoun. Okay? So let's move on. The next type is a relative pronoun. Relative pronouns, they introduce relative clauses. Okay, I'll prepare a lesson, a different separate lesson on relative clauses, but for now, because there's so much information to process today, the relative pronouns introduce relative clauses. What are they? They are usually who, whom, whose, which, that. Now, relative clauses are inserted in a main clause. The lady who is wearing a red dress is a great singer from Denmark. So the word who is a relative pronoun. And the relative clause is who is wearing a red dress. Because you could also say the lady is a great singer from Denmark. But let's say that the person you're speaking to does not know which lady, because maybe there are more than 1, 5, 10, 15 lady, but there's one that is wearing a red dress. And that is why we use the relative pronoun who. The lady who's wearing a red dress is a great singer from Denmark. Okay. Number 5, interrogative pronouns. Okay, now if you remember, if you took the course on adjectives, there were interrogative adjectives. Likewise, there are pronouns that are interrogative. They are who, whose, whom, which, and what. Whose books are these? Who is talking so loudly? What are you eating? These are questions, correct? Interrogative pronouns are pronouns that introduce a question. Okay. Next, demonstrative pronouns. Now, demonstrative pronouns refer to people, animals, or things, but they are specific, right? The people are specific. There is a specific animal that the demonstrative pronoun refers to. This, that, these, those. You know how we say, this chair is mine, or this is my book, and that is your book? This chair, that chair. Notice the difference between singular and plural demonstrative pronouns. If there's more than one chair, there are 5 chairs that the speaker is referring to, he or she can say, these are my chairs. Plural, more than one, right? Some sentences are, this chair is from IKEA, these chairs were made in Malaysia, those cats are Siamese. Okay? Okay. Next is indefinite pronouns. Now, indefinite pronouns, as the prefix in suggests, they're not definite, they're not specific. So they do not refer to just one person, one specific person, or just one specific thing. They're more indefinite, like someone, everyone, everything, something, nobody, no one. So consider the sentences below. I lost everything in Las Vegas. Or someone is sleeping in my bed. The speaker does not know who that someone is, and that is why the indefinite pronoun is used. Or she saw something in the backyard, but she's not sure what that something is. And that is when we use indefinite pronouns. Okay, reciprocal pronouns. What are they? You may have heard or seen the word reciprocate, which is a verb. Reciprocal pronouns express a mutual relationship between two people. Okay? And 2 examples of reciprocal pronouns are each other and one another. For example, Shakira and Ben love each other. So they are in love with each other. Or we send one another Christmas cards every year. So two people, right? They send each other Christmas cards every year. So those are examples of reciprocal pronouns. Now I need you to do this exercise. If you've been taking my lesson, you know that we end it with an exercise because you need to practice. You learn something, right? A new grammar rule, a new part of speech. Now you need to practice to understand the grammar part. Okay, so I have given you one example. I found something way through the challenge. Okay, so I need you to go on just as I've done I, which is a pronoun, personal pronoun, and I have written personal pronoun next to it. I need you to fill in the blanks with a pronoun. And next to the noun, which is in blue, I need you to write in parentheses the type of pronoun it is. So I is personal pronoun. What is way, you think? So complete this exercise. Pause the video now, and I will show you the answers next. Okay, what do you think? How did you do? Did you do well? Did you get most of the answers correct? These are the answers for your reference and understanding. All right, so let's recap what we learned today. There are 8 types of pronouns: personal, possessive, reflexive, relative, interrogative, demonstrative, indefinite, and reciprocal. So if you are not sure about any of these, you can go back and retake the lesson, okay, just to fully understand what the different types of pronouns are. Okay, so